What's up, y'all? This is 10X Generation. This is my road to $1 billion. In this video, I'm going to be talking about self-sabotaging, where you know you can do something, but for whatever reason, every single time you get the opportunity to do it, or to move forward, or to make your dreams come true, or whatever goal you have, you end up ruining it, and it's completely your fault. And you do this every single time. This may be a potential reason why. So first, why I think it happens? I believe that there are two different modes of thinking within someone. There's the consciousness. It's built up of all the things that you have been told, that you have seen, all the information that you have gathered throughout your lifetime. So the things you see online, the things your parents told you, the things your friends tell you, all this stuff, right? And you can create goals, you can think about it, you can plan, you can do all this. So that's your consciousness. And then on this hand, you have your subconscious, which is built up of all the successful traits of your ancestors. And just like you consciously can have goals and aspirations and motivations and plans, your subconscious can as well, except for it's not referencing just your lifetime and the things you see. It's referencing all the things that your ancestors have seen for generations upon generations. And just like your ear has become very good at hearing and your eyes have become very good at sensing electromagnetic radiation, there is in your brain a reward system that has been finely tuned to be able to predict the reward of particular actions, right? The rewards pathway. And this is connected to dopamine and motivation, right? So maybe you can see the problem. Your subconscious has an algorithm that's been finely tuned to figure out what in the world is worth doing. And then your consciousness doesn't really have full access to that. What it really does is just looks at what is around you at the, in your lifetime and comes up with stuff. And it can have things that it wants to do. And sometimes these things are actually out of alignment. So you want to do something, but your subconscious doesn't want you to do that thing for any number of reasons, right? And depending on how misaligned it is, instead of just having to fight in order to do it, right? So you want to do something, but you don't have the motivation to do it. You have to use discipline to go forward. Sometimes it can be so out of alignment that you are more motivated to mess yourself up, to destroy whatever you have, right, going for you, than to do it. So you start, like you could say, in a relationship. You start, you think you want to stay with this person, but you start going off on them, start creating problems, start doing all this other stuff, because a part of you would rather just ruin what you have than go along with what you think you need to do. So how do you fix it? So the first thing is to realize that your subconscious usually wins, right? It usually wins because it's directly connected to your motivation center, right? Your energy is directly connected to it. And the only way to counteract it is to actively fight it, and you're going to run out of energy, right? So you have to kind of come to the realization that you kind of have to go along with it. That's the first thing. The second thing is you have to understand it. You have to understand where it's coming from and why it's saying the things that it says. Because you have to realize your subconscious is actually looking out for you. It's your guardian. It's an ancient system whose only purpose is to look out for you and make you as successful as you need to be while minimizing stress. That's the purpose of it, right? So you're able to live your life. You kind of have to submit to its will, but it's easier to do that when you understand why. And what that really just entails is connecting with yourself and connecting with your body to understand where it's coming from. Every time you want to do this particular thing, something gets in the way. What are some reasons as to why, right? Let's say, here's an example that I have found applicable in my life. I want to build an amazing business. I want to become a very successful business person. And I want to be making a lot of money. But it seems like I will do all the work of building, marketing, all this other stuff. And I'll get to the precipice, it seems, of success. And all of a sudden, my motivation will dry up and I will want to switch to something else. Why? Why? Does my subconscious not want me to be rich? Does it not want me to reach the goals that I want to reach? I think so. I think a part of me realizes that in this particular stage of life, it's not about making as much money as possible. It's not about reaching the levels of success in which I have defined it, which means, super successful relationship, you have properties, you have great responsibilities to the world and to your family. That's what success means to me. Right now in my life, I'm not actually in the place to do that, and it wouldn't be wise to do that because I'm in the place now where I don't have responsibilities, where my actions don't matter that much. Like, they matter, but they don't matter that much, right? So it would be better suited to spend this time accumulating as much knowledge as possible and experience as possible. And me creating this business, me doing these things that I deem as success too early will actually it will restrict how much exploration and curiosity I can have, because now I have great deals of responsibility. So once you realize, you meditate it, you should meditate on it and figure out why. And this is the beauty of it, because once you figure out the answer, you'll know it's the answer, because you will feel it. You will feel it. And that's another communication. You'll feel it. You'll be like, oh, that makes perfect sense. Yeah, that's it. Right? So once you understand it, and you have to, fully internalize it, next, the third step is to sort of dismiss it or dismantle it or work around it, if that makes sense. So if you want a particular thing and you understand the disadvantages, why your subconscious doesn't want you to do this particular thing, now you can use your consciousness to come up with a workaround. So, So in my case, if I believe that creating a business will create this great deal of pressure and will limit my ability to stay curious and learn more, because I will be restricted into this locked set of actions. I won't be as free. I have to rationalize that, okay, I just have to make a pact with myself, make a commitment to myself to not restrict myself. That's really it. To not do the thing that is the disadvantage. It's really just to kind of compromise with yourself. So yeah, that's kind of the solution. Really, if I had to boil it down to one solution, it's just to meditate on it, figure out what's the reason. And come from the place of realizing that this is actually a form of protection in some way. It's a form of protection. So you should listen to it, but you should also try to understand it. So that you can get what you think is good for society right now, right? So you could get what you consciously want, and your subconscious won't fight you on it. Because I think both is important, and both is how you get to a successful life. Because, if you just do everything that your subconscious wants you to do, it's going to prioritize certain things that may not work super well in the modern age, right? It may not work super well because things change. And there are exploits in your subconscious because of new crazy stuff, like those dopamine hackers, drugs, entertainment, just there's a lot of different ways to hack your brain. So you can't go 100% along with your subconscious. You can't. But you can't go 100% with your consciousness, because your consciousness is dealing with such a limited amount of information. You're gonna run in circles, and you're gonna be confused, and you won't be happy. You'll end up being depressed. Even if you do reach the level of success that you want, you won't be happy, because the deepest parts of you realizes that you're not in alignment with long-term success, so it'll make you miserable. So the best thing you can do is compromise. You have to understand where your body is coming from, where your subconscious is coming from, understand that, and then adjust your conscious direction, your conscious plans to be in accordance with the subconscious plan. And this will give you the gift of motivation, right? And give you the gift of fulfillment, and give you the gift of feeling in control of your life and all the other benefits, and get rid of self-sabotaging. So that's really it. Thank you all so much for watching. This is 10X Generation, and I'll see you guys next time.